There's no doubt that Marley was dead. However...
Oh, Marley was dead as a doornail. I don't mean to say that I particularly know anything about dead being a doornail. I would probably regard a coffin nail as the deadest piece of armory in the business. But the wisdom of our ancestors is in the simile, and my unhallowed hands shall not disturb it. But you must allow me to repeat, old Marley is dead as a doornail.
There's no doubt that Marley was dead. However...
This must be distinctly understood. For the wonderment of the story is truly lost. Scrooge never picked out old Marley's name, and stood years out above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Marley. That's the name of the firm, Scrooge and Marley.
Once upon a time,
People new to the business would call Scrooge Scrooge, or sometimes Marley. When he answered to both names, it was all the same to him.
Yeah, Scrooge knew that Marley was dead.
Oh, how could it be otherwise? Scrooge and he were partners for, I don't know how many years. Scrooge was his sole executor, his sole administrator, his sole assign, his sole residuary legatee, his sole friend, and his sole learner.
once upon a time...
Oh, but Scrooge was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone.
A squeezing,
Wrenching,
a grinding,
scraping.
covered his whole set up.
The cold within him froze his old features.
Yeah. Squeezing,
Scribbled his cheeks.
covered his whole set up.
Made his eyes red.
Turned his lips blue.
And he spoke out shrewdly in his grating old voice.
Bah! Humbug.
Even the blind man's dogs seemed to know him, and when they saw him coming on, would wag their tails, so to say.
I'd rather have no eye at all than have an evil eye.
That's it. Go. Here. On the chin.
The city was just gone 3, but it was dark already. It was napping light all day. In the windows, the candles lit up the neighboring offices like ruddy smears on a palpable brown air.
But the darkness thickened, the rain and snow and hail and sleet.
The fog came pouring in at every two people, so that the houses opposite Scrooge's office were phantoms.
Once upon a time, out of all the days of the year, one might have thought that darkness, that the nature was brewing on a rather large scale. Once upon a time, out of all the days of the year, on Christmas Eve, Scrooge was busy in his counting house.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah! Humbug.
Christmas a humbug, Uncle. You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. Out with Merry Christmas. What right have you to be married? What reason have you to be married? You're poor enough.
What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're rich enough.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools like this, friend? Mary. What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time when you find yourself a year older, but not an hour richer. If I had my will, every idiot with Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled in his own pudding, and a stake of holly right through his heart. He should!
Uncle!
Nephew, keep Christmas in your way. I'll keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it then. Much good may it do you. Much good has it ever done you.
There are many things from which I might have derived good, by which I have not profited, I dare say. Christmas among the rest. But I'm sure I've always thought of Christmas time apart from its sacred name and origin as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable time. The only time I know of in the long calendar of the year when men and women really seem to open their shut up hearts freely and to think to people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave, none other race of creatures bound on other journeys. Therefore, uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold in my pocket, I believe it has done me good and will do me good. And therefore, I say, God bless it.
Another word from you, Bob Cratchit. You'll save your Christmas by losing your situation. You, sir, are quite the powerful speaker. I wonder why you don't go to Parliament.
Don't be angry, uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow. But why? I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why can we not be friends?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Love. The only thing more ridiculous than Merry Christmas.
But uncle, you never came to see me before that happened. Why give it a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon.
I truly am sorry with all my heart to find you so resolute. We have never had any quarrel, but I made the trial in homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So, a Merry Christmas!
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year!
Good afternoon! There's another fellow, my clerk, 15 shillings a week and a wife and a family, talking about Merry Christmas. I'll retire to Bedlam.
Scrooge and Marley, I believe. Do I have the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley died 7 years ago. He died 7 years ago this very evening.
Well, I have no doubt that his remaining liberality is well represented within his surviving partner.
During this festive time of year, Mr. Scrooge, it is usually very well that we provide nutriment and giving to the poor and destitute, as they so much do this time of year.
Thousands of people are in want of common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts.
Are there no prisons?
There are prisons.
And the workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are, though I wish I could say they were not.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought something had happened to them that would keep them from their useful course. I'm very glad to hear that.
Well, it's the imperative that, in the scarcity that they do not provide cheer of mind and body, a few of us are endeavoring to buy food, drink, and means of warmth.
We choose this time because it is a time of all others, when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
I can't afford to make idle people marry. It costs enough to run those places I've already mentioned. I work to support them. And those who are bad off, they need to go there.
Many can't go there, many would rather die.
Then if they'd rather die, they'd better get to it and decrease the surplus population.
It's useless to restore a point. Good afternoon.
Good.
Scrooge resumed his labors with an improved opinion of himself, and in a more facetious temper than usual was with him. The ancient tower of the church, whose gruff old bell was always peeping slyly out of a Gothic window, struck the hours with tremulous vibrations, as if its teeth were chattering in its frozen head.
It all had met.
And in the main street, a group of laborers built a great fire, where the ragged form of men and boys warmed their hands in rapture.
At length, the hour of shutting up the counting house arrived.
You'll want the whole day tomorrow, I suppose? it being Christmas.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient and it's not fair.
It's only once a year.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. So be here earlier the next morning.
Rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Bah, humbug.
Scrooge went home to bed. He lived in the chambers that once belonged to his deceased partner, Jacob Marley. It was old enough now and dreary enough, for no one lived in it but Scrooge.
The fog and the frost hung darkly above the old black gateway of the house. But he liked to live in the darkness.
Until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, the Emmanuel shall come to the earth.
It is a fact. There was nothing particular about the size of the knocker in the door, except that it was very large.
It is also a fact that Scrooge had seen it, night and morning, during his whole residence.
Can any man explain to me, if he can, that when Scrooge, with his key in the lock in the door, and he sees in the knocker, not the knocker, but Marley's face!
Night and morning, morning and night, key in the lock and out again. Night and morning, morning and night, in the door, up the stairs, sitting room, the bedroom, a low fire, no room. Marley, humbug. Night and morning, morning and night, clerks, counting houses, night and morning, morning and night, silver and gold, gold.
You're not a man to be frightened by echoes, Ebenezer.
Nobody. Nobody under the table. Nobody under the sofa. Nobody. 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 Saucepan, basin, gruel. Nobody.
Nobody in the bed.
Nobody in the closet.
Close the door.
Let us look in.
Double lock.
Humbug. It's humbug still. Marley? Jacob Marley? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
You are. Speak comfortably, Jacob.
I have none to give. It is required that every man walk among his fellow men throughout his life. If a man goes not forth in life, then his spirit is condemned to do so after death. His spirit is doomed to wander the earth and witness the happiness it cannot share, but might have.
You are fettered. Tell me why.
I wear the chains that I forged in life. I made them, inch by inch, yard by yard, and of my own free will I wore them. Is its pattern strange to you? Or would you know it? Yours was as heavy and as long as this, 7 Christmas Eves ago. You've labored on it since. Yours is a ponderous chain.
7 years dead? Been traveling all the time?
No rest, no peace, only incessant torture and remorse. Now mark me, in life, my spirit never wandered beyond the counting house, and now weary journeys lie before me. No span of remorse or regret can make amends for the opportunities misused in my life. In my business.
But you were always a good man of business.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the endless ocean of my business. And this time of year, I suffer the most. Why did I walk among my fellow beings with my eyes turned down? I never once raised them to that blessed star which led the wise men to a poor abode. Were there no poor homes to which its light could have conducted me?
Jacob, don't be hard on me. Pray.
Hear me. My time here is nearly gone.
I will, but pray.
I have sat beside you invisible many a day. I'm here tonight to warn you that you may yet have a chance of escaping my fate. A chance of my procuring, Ebenezer.
You were always a good friend to me, Jacob.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is this a change you speak of?
It is.
I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path that I tread. Expect the first when the bell tolls 1.
Can I take them all at once and have this over with?
Expect to see me no more. But for your own sake, Ebenezer, Remember what passed between us.
Scrooge saw that the air was filled with phantoms. They all wore chains like Marley's ghost. Some were linked together, some were alone. All of them had been known to Scrooge during their lifetime.
The misery with them all was that they clearly sought to interfere for good in human matters, but had lost that power forever.
Scrooge tried to say, but stopped after the first syllable.
Whether from the fatigues of the day or his glimpse into the invisible world, Scrooge fell asleep in an instant. Tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Marley's ghost bothered him exceedingly. Every time Scrooge resolved within himself, after mature inquiry, that it was a dream, but his mind flew back again like a spring released to its first position and presented the same problem.
was this a dream or was it not?
A dream and nothing else.
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
What business brings you to me?
Your welfare. Rise and walk with me.
Much appreciated, but my bed's warm and the thermometer's well below freezing.
Rise! Now walk with me.
I am mortal and liable to fall.
You shall be upheld. These are but shadows of things that have been. They have no consciousness of us. You recollect the way?
Remember it? I could walk this blindfold. I was a boy here. I was bred here. There's the bridge and the church, the winding river, and the fowls. Listen to them cluck, watch them strut. And there's the schoolhouse. And there's the parrot! Green body, yellow tail, and a thing like lettuce growing out of the top of his head. There he goes! But what good has any of this ever done me?
The schoolhouse is not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his family and friends, is left there still.
I know it. What was Merry Christmas to me? Left there in that schoolhouse with that terrible voice in the hallway, the schoolmaster who glared at me with fierce contempt. Windows broken, plaster falling from the ceiling, dark, dirty, and there I was
Hello, Dad.
when all the other boys had gone home for the jolly holiday. Father was, this is a bad idea. Spirit, remove me from this place.
Let us see another Christmas.
Yes, it was. I apprenticed here.
We have no more work tonight.
It's the Fessaway! Bless their hearts! It's the
Merry
festival
Christmas,
alive again!
What's a bad Christmas? Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
Bar the shadows, 1, 2, 3. Put them in their places, 4, 5, 6. Hit them, bar them, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait a minute, there's been lots of room here.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la.
Every
floors were swept and watered. The lamps were trimmed. The warehouse was warm and bright as a ballroom. Then they all came in. Milkmen, cousins, fiddlers, cooks. Everyone came in, some boldly, some awkwardly, some gracefully, some pushed and some pulled. But in they came, anyhow and everyhow.
And then there were dances.
And forfeits.
And me.
And cold roast. And cake.
Oh, Miss Pie.
And four dances.
But the highlight of the evening came when the piano player sat down. Old Fezziwig took Miss Fezziwig to dance. They were a top couple. They danced everywhere. They were not to be trifled with. They had no intention of walking. And when Fezziwig and Mrs. Fezziwig had finished the dance routine, the bands had retired. Bow and curtsy. Tread the knee. Horse. Return to your place. Old Fezziwig was so deaf to dancing that he looked like he could wink with his legs. And then stood up again without even a second.
A small matter
Small.
to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
It's not that at all. It's that he has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service a toil or a pleasure, a burdensome or light. It's as if he took happiness, he gave it to everybody, and it cost him a fortune.
What's the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
No, I would just like to say a few words to my clerk, Bob Cratchit, just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Quick.
We are so much older, Spirit.
Your face has not yet the rigid and harsh lines of latter years, but it has begun to wear the sign of care and avarice.
Matters little now. Another idol has displaced me.
What idol?
Gold! I've seen your noble aspirations fall off one by one until your master passion, gain, engrosses you. Have I not?
But I not changed towards you.
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and contented to be so, until we could improve our worldly fortune. You were changed, Ebenezer. When your fortune was made, you became another man.
In what?
A changed nature, an altered spirit, and you will ever make my love of any worth or value in your sight. Tell me, would you still seek me out and try to win me over as you are now? Me, a dowerless girl, or you who win everything by gain? And do I not know that your regret would surely follow? I release you with a heart longing for the man you once were. May you be happy in the Lord Jesus!
Belle!
Show me no more. Why do you torture me?
One shadow more.
I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon, Belle.
Who?
Yes.
Oh, how can I?
Here's a hint. As I passed by his office this afternoon, and the windows were not shuttered, and he had a candle lit, well, I could help scarce but see him. I hear that his old partner, Jacob Marley, is on the verge of death. Very sad. All alone. Quite alone in the world, I do believe.
Oh, Mr. Scrooge? Oh, Mr. Scrooge. You're old Ebenezer.
Show me no more, Spirit. Show me no more.
I told you, these are shadows of things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Haunt me no more.
Do not blame me.
Awakening in the middle of a tough snore, Scrooge felt that he was restored to consciousness right in the nick of time for the special purpose of holding a conference with the second messenger dispatched to him through Jacob Marley's intervention.
Good friend.
Now, being prepared for almost anything, he was not by any means prepared for nothing. And consequently, when the bell struck and no ship appeared, he was taken with a violent fit of trembling. Scrooge began to think, as you or I would have, for it's always the person not in the predicament that knows what ought to be done. Scrooge began to think about the source and secret of this ghostly light.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, all the feeling on, laughing all the way, ho, ho, ho. It was all about the ring, making spirits fly. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleigh song tonight. You know me better, for I am the ghost of Christmas present.
Spirit, take me where you will. Because if you have aught to teach me, then let me prophesy.
Well, touch my robe.
Hark the herald angels singing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
The skies were blooming. Streets were choked with a dingy mist. The window fronts, storefronts were blacker now. The windows blacker. The town was lacking in cheerfulness as was the climate. But yet there was a cheerfulness about it, that the brightest summer sun, or the clearest summer air, endeavored to diffuse its name.
The grocers are nearly closed. Quick, figs, red plums, candied fruit, cinnamon, red berries, turkey, sausages, oysters, pies, and punch.
Merry Christmas!
Chestnuts, get you hot chestnuts.
Church.
To church!
Church. It's a shame to boil on Christmas Day. So it is. Merry Christmas.
Is there a particular flavor to what you sprinkle?
No, there is, ma'am.
Would it apply to anyone on this day?
To any kindly given to the poor ones most,
Why to the poor ones most?
because they need it most.
This is Bob Cratchit, dressed but poorly, in a twice-turned gown, but brave in ribbons.
Belinda? Belinda Cratchit, also brave in ribbons. It's a wonderful pudding, Mother.
Well, suppose it should not be done in time. Suppose it should break in turning out.
Petunia! Petunia Cratchit in Mother's gown, no ribbons.
Now, suppose somebody should have come across the garden wall and stolen it while I was making merry with the goose.
There is such a goose. Martha! Martha Cratchit.
Oh, Martha, you're so late today. What has kept you?
We did you have to finish up and play away this morning, Mother?
Well, you have a seat and get along, darling.
Father's coming.
Now, how was Tiny Tim? Did he behave?
He was as good as gold or better. He told me on the way home that he hoped people saw him in church because he is a cripple. And it might be pleasant to them to remember upon Christmas Day who made the lame beggars walk and the blind men see.
Pudding. Pudding.
The pudding, I do doubt the quantity of the flour.
There never was such a goose.
Such tenderness and flavor.
The mashed potatoes and the applesauce were quite delicious.
Now, it is a small pudding for such a large family, but it is blazing in brandy.
I regard it as the greatest success of Mrs. Cratchit since our marriage. Merry Christmas to us all, my dears, and God bless us.
God bless us!
Spirit, tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
Oh, I see a vacant seat. As the shadows of the future remain unchanged, the child will die. Like then, if he be like to die, then he'd better do it. And reduce the surplus population.
And God bless Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him right here. Give him a piece of my mind.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
Okay, well, I will feast to his name and drink to his name today, this being Christmas. However, do you know how difficult it is to drink to a selfish, odious, unfeeling man such as Mr. Scrooge?
Oh, and Petunia, I have a situation in my eye, if obtained, would net 5 and 6 pence weekly.
My Petunia is a woman of business.
They are not a handsome family, not well clothed. Their shoes are far from being wonderful. Yet they are happy. They're one another. They are content.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Merry Christmas.
And a happy New Year to you, Fred.
Fred's Uncle Scrooge said that Christmas was a humbug.
Oh, shame on him.
He's a comical old fellow, that's the truth. Not so pleasant as he may be, however, his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing against him.
I'm sure he's very rich, Fred.
And what of that? His wealth is no use to him. He doesn't do anything good with it.
I have no patience for him.
Well, I feel sorry for him. I couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by his own ill whims?
Himself always.
Always himself.
Now, only to say that the consequences of him taking a dislike to us, not making merry with us, is, as I think that he loses some pleasant moments, which could do him no harm. I'm sure he loses pleasanter companions than he can find, either in his own thoughts or moldy office or dusty chambers. I mean, give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not, for I pity him. He may rail at Christmas every till he dies, but he can't help thinking better of it.
How about a game of yes and no? I will think of something and the rest must find out what. But I will only answer your questions to yes or no.
Here, just 1/2 hour. Just one.
An animal.
Yes.
A live animal.
Yes.
The most disagreeable animal.
Yes.
Cow.
A savage animal.
Yes.
Cow.
One that walks about the streets of London.
Yes.
A horse.
No.
A dog.
No.
Cat.
A pig.
No.
A cat.
Yes.
No.
Is it someone that we might know?
Yes.
I know exactly who it is. It's Scrooge!
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man. He wouldn't take it from me, but may he have it nevertheless. To Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Whatever he may be.
It was over too quickly.
In a breath.
We have much to see. Over the black and heaving sea, we go. On we go. Until far away we go. Until we land on a ship. We see the officers standing watch. Dark figures in their places. Every man, however, seems they're humming a Christmas tune, but they're thinking a Christmas thought. Every man on board, awake, asleep, good or bad, are thinking kinder thoughts on this one night a year. On we go to foreign lands, jailhouses, hospitals, poorhouses, where misery has its every refuge. But
humankind can be saved by the greater thoughts.
Spirit, forgive me if I'm not justifying asking this, but I see something rather strange. Dark, meager, scowling, ragged, wolfish.
With grace, feel the figure out. Pale and wrinkled hand rises up, like that of age. It pinches and twists. It pulls, wrinkles itself out. Where angels should have been enthroned. Devils lurking, staring out, menacing. No change, no degradation, no perversion of humanity. Monsters have dread.
Ignorance. Want.
Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's.
Have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
As the last stroke ceased to vibrate, Scrooge remembers the prediction of old Jacob Marley and lifts his eyes, beholding a solemn phantom, draped and hooded, coming towards him like mist. This spirit guided gloom and mystery.
I am in the presence of Christmas yet to come. Spirit, I fear you more than any other ghost I've seen tonight. But I know your purpose here is to do me good. And I am prepared to bear your company. And I do it with a thankful heart.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
What did he die of? I never thought he would die.
God knows.
What did he do with his money?
What to do with his company, perhaps? He didn't leave me, that's all I know.
I can imagine that his funeral is going to be very, very cheap. Because who would go to it? I suppose that we can volunteer and make a party out of it.
I would not mind going. Less lunch provided. I mean, we gotta have the turkey, we gotta have the goose, we gotta have everything.
Who has died, Spirit?
Iron, old rags, bottles.
Oh, keys, fail, and keys, oh, nails. Oh, I can get a sixpence for these.
Chains,
Cages,
hinges, vials.
Now, wait, scales.
Secrets.
The smell, the dirt and the filth and the misery. Who would buy and sell in this place?
Don't forget about the secrets.
Secrets. Stop! Don't open the skull door.
There's no door anymore.
Go into the parlor,
Secrets? Every person has a right to take care of themselves. Old Scratch always did.
True.
And who's the worse of the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose. The ghost was dead. If he wanted to keep them after he was dead, why wasn't he natural in his lifetime? If he drunk to death instead of lying, gasping out there, alone by himself. It's a judgment on him.
Shirt, towels, hair sleeve buttons, pencil case, two filters. Petticoats? Don't be saying to nothing like that.
Yes, I do. Why not?
She already knew how to make her fall too.
I can do it.
I can't stand here with my hold in my hand until my eyes ache. He lay in the dark, empty house, with not a man, woman, or child near. There was a sound of cats gnawing at the door. There was a sound of rats. What they wanted in the room of death, and why they were so restless and disturbed, I dare not think.
Spirit, I understand that the case of the unhappy man could be my own, because my life tends to go that way. But I don't know why you put such importance on a conversation so trivial. Obviously, there's some latent moral for my own improvement, so I will treasure every word with my heart.
I wish you could see how green a place this is. And I promise, I'll be here every Sunday. Mr. Scrooge's nephew, whom I had only seen once, gave me a card and his sympathies. Not so much for what he could do for us, so much as his kind way, which was quite genuine. It really felt as though he had known you and felt with us in some way. Oh, my child, my little child. I walk a little slower in the evenings now, my child, without you upon my shoulder.
Spirit, this street is where my occupation is. Been there a long time. I can see the counting houses from here. Let's go this way and let me see the man I am in days to come. Why are you pointing away? The counting house. Before I draw nearer, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or are they the shadows of things that may be? Men's courses have certain ends, and if they stay on that course, those ends will come about. But if you deviate from that course, will the ends change? Tell me thus from what you show me. I was the man that lay in the bed alone. No, Spirit, no. I am not the man I was. I am not the man I must have been. Why show me all this if I'm past all hope? I will keep Christmas in my heart all year long. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me, and I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me, and I will honor Christmas in my heart all the year long. That poster mine. This bed is mine. This is my room. The curtains are not torn down. I'm here. The spirits of the shadows of things that would have been dispelled. I know they have. There's the basin and the gruel. There's the door that the ghost of Jacob Marley came through. There's the window where I saw the wandering spirits. I am light as a feather. I am as happy as an angel. I'm as giddy as a schoolboy. I don't know how long I have been with the spirits. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know anything. I am quite the baby. What day is it?
Why, it's Christmas Day. Mr. Scrooge?
Merry Christmas!
Oh!
Little girl, do you know the poulterers on the next street up on the corner?
I should hope I did.
An intelligent child, just remarkable. Do you know if the prize turkey is still in the window there? Not the little bird, the big bird. Do you know if it's still there?
What? The one is made of meat?
Yes, you are right on top of it. Yes.
It's hanging there now.
Wonderful. Wait. I want you to go here. I want you to buy that turkey and deliver it to the Cratchits over on Camden Town. But don't tell them who said it, okay? That turkey's bigger than you. You're going to need something to carry it in. Get that.
Yes, sir.
I haven't missed it. Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Happy New Year. I haven't missed a thing.
The chuckle with which he said this, and the chuckle with which he recompensed the child, and the chuckle with which he paid for the cab, were only to be exceeded by the chuckle with which he sat down breathless again.
Now, shaving is a very important task, and it is a very delicate task, for his hands were still shaking from his encounter the night before. So, shaving, as I said, is a very delicate task, even when you're not dancing. So, Mr. Scrooge, you may need to take a few extra seconds to shave to this morning.
He dressed himself in all his best and got ready to go out to the streets.
Uncle, would you please reconsider joining us?
Yes, if you will have me, I will be there. You, please, Sirs, you were collecting money for the poor yesterday. I hope you were successful. Merry Christmas. That is so kind of you to do it. Merry Christmas.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that's my name. I fear it may not have been pleasant for you to say. So I want to ask you to pardon me, please, for my action. And would you accept from me,
Oh, my Lord, Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
and not a farthing less? Would you do me that favor?
Oh, my dear sir, I don't know what to say to such magnificence.
Say nothing else. Just will you come see me again?
We will.
Thank you. Thank you. 1,000 times.
Joy to
The Lord.
He went to church.
Let
He walked about
earth
the streets.
receive her King.
Any questions of that?
He looked down into the kitchens and up into the windows and saw that everything yielded him with pleasure.
Well, there you are. Where have you been?
It's Christmas Day.
I've had it with you. I have had all that I'm going to get. And therefore, I'm going to raise your salary, Bob Cratchit. Merry Christmas.
Mr. Scrooge?
A merrier Christmas than I have given you in many a year.
And Scrooge was better than his word.